What's up, everyone? Cheese here. Welcome to What's in the Cards, the show where I go over all of my memory cards live with you so we can watch it together. So I go out and I fly during the week, my drone, FPV, and I've decided that I'm not going to review the HD footage that my drone records. All I see is the live goggle view, which is crappy usually. And so I decided I'm going to start doing a little show where I just stream it live and come and talk to you people, and we can just do this together. So on this one, it's been really humid around here lately, and with a lot of humidity, that means sunsets are really nice. It also means there's a lot of fog in the morning. I haven't been out doing any morning foggy runs. That was last week. Though there was an opportunity this morning, but I kind of slept in a little late. And by the time I looked out, the sun was already like up. And I'm like, oh, is there time? Can I make it? No, there wasn't. Sun was burning off the fog really fast. So I don't have any of that. But I did get some epic runs with a really long sunset. It was like the sunset went on for, it was like 2 or 3 hours. It was crazy. It's just because it was so humid, and I don't know if there was a fire or something going on somewhere, so there's a lot of stuff in the air. But it was like the sun was still like well up in the sky, and it was already all kinds of orange and red and whatever, and I'm like, yes, time to go fly. So I have some of that footage here now. And if I turn on some tunes, let's watch one of these. So the first thing I did was, there's a park nearby. That's always really good when it's foggy. So last week I showed some foggy morning stuff where I was flying around. This is that same park. And as you can see there with the sun that's going on down here, I'm like, yo, man, because there's this huge storm that was going on, and the sun was setting, and it was really humid, so it was just, this was going to be a good sunset. It was time to get out and fly, and so I eventually did get in the air. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at that. I think next time, yeah, you see I'm standing here by this little pavilion thing on the top of the hill up here. I think next time I'm gonna go further down these little walkways. I want to get down here by these trees and go like fly around, whatever. Oh, it's cool, you can see the trail. See, look, it's like way off here on the other side of where the sun is, on the clouds on the other side of the sky. They're picking up all of the sunset action, but it's like an hour away from dusk. It's crazy. It's just sunset all around. It was great. I couldn't get out flying fast enough. I'll just say that. Good song.
Astronauts reported feels good. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4.
This will look even better. Put some post-processing on there, bump up the contrast, definitely get the temperature corrected, turn up the heat. This will look cool. And of course, in my rush to get out there, I didn't put on any bug spray or anything. And it's dusk when mosquitoes are all really kind of coming active and doing their thing. And I'm not that far from this river water thing. Yeah, no, I was being eaten alive. So there's times where it's like the video stops. Oh my god. There's times where the video stops, or like this, where it's like, ah! Yeah, I'm being attacked by a bug. Oh no, I know what that was. Holy shit. So, this is crazy. When I came back here, when I hit this little tree, something happened to my VTX. And like the screen went black. And I couldn't see anything. And I'm like, oh my god. So I put it in the auto level mode. So it goes, and I'm just like throttle up. And I'm like changing channels, trying to get it to like resync to the channel again. And eventually I got it to work, but holy shit. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm over where this tree was. And I know that over there, there's water. Yeah, see me, I'm like, I'm done. Okay, we're done flying here. Yeah, so I'm in my mind, I'm like freaking out, like, am I falling? Because I have no idea what's happening. But it worked out. Yeah, bugs everywhere. So then, after that, I was like, okay, I noticed that it went behind those storm clouds that were up there. Where's that? Yeah, here we go. So it went behind these storm clouds over here, and it was like, okay. And I noticed how high in the sky it was. And so I'm like, okay, there's plenty of time for me to relocate to somewhere like halfway across the city so I can get an even better, because usually whenever I'm doing this, I'm in a rush, because it's like I look outside, I see an epic sunset, I see the trees not really moving that much out of my window, and I'm like, let's go. And so I'm just trying to find the closest fucking thing I can get to. But when I saw that I still had the sun was so high in the sky that I had all of this time, I'm like, I'm gonna go down by the river. So I went down by the docks, across from, we have like a houseboat little community, and then there's a really nice park up there and a golf course. On the other side of that is really just a whole lot of nothing, really. And so, yeah, I walked out on this this little thing out here. Dock, I guess. Right underneath the power lines, which I was very conscious of the whole time, because I'm like, because I'd already broken one quad by running into a power line when it was foggy. So there was a boat pulling a, we have a water ski team, I guess, that they do stuff like every weekend down here. And there was some people that were practicing. When I got here, they went down the river down here, and you can kind of see them. They're like right there. I kept trying to, like, after this flight, I saw them and they were coming down towards us. And I'm like, hey, come on, come here. I've got a drone. Come here. This will be awesome. Sunset, water ski. Come on. They wanted nothing of it, though. They never came anywhere close, and I didn't dare venture any further than you see me venturing here, because the DVR was already getting like pretty staticky when I'm that far off, because I'm flying away from myself, which is the worst position to be to catch your video, because there's a hole at the end of your antenna where the signal is really, really kind of shitty. You want to be on the side of your antenna, and yeah, I was flying away, and it was just bad altogether. Man, see, like, this is gonna be fucking epic. You can still see the blue sky in here. I'm gonna push that out, see if I can't tease out that green that I just saw. That's what I should have been going around that. I'm like, I need to find some more engaging things to fly around. Because just flying over water is like, you know, anybody can do this type of shot with, you know, a couple $100 in piece of shit, you know, off the shelf cinema drone. But you can't do, like, you can't get close to stuff. You can't dive. B-roll. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sound effects. It's cool, you can see the sun through the trees. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Peace. And then I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna walk over and pick that up. I'm gonna fly that thing over to me. Because that's how lazy I am. I want to fly again. I was gonna go further down, actually. There's an old abandoned something. Remnants of a building in these trees back over here further down. I think it's like the old whatever this building is. It's like down there. And so there's some walls and it looks like there might be like a window hole, you know, kind of like whatever the fuck these black things are there. So I'm like, it'd be kind of dope to go back there and see if I can't whoop that. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah, see, this is me where I'm like, are you coming down? What the fuck? Let's go. No? Alright, well then I'm gonna fly. Yup. Yup. Man, see, it's down here, like under this tree back here. It's super wet. I tried walking back there this day, and I'm like, no, not happening. See? One of the things that I find really fun about flying FPV is when you can go higher than whatever's blocking the sun. So like here, the sun had already set, but it was still up, right? It was still technically, if we could be high enough in the sky, we'd still see it. But it was behind clouds and there's trees and shit in the way, but if we can go high enough, we can still see it. Same thing with like fog. It's like if you can go above the fog, you can see the sun. It's really cool to be able to go up that high over and like flying around. It's pretty dope. So yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, damn, do I risk this quad to try and go through these little holes under there? You see, I'm like, I can fit underneath there. I could fit under that. I could do that. I'm not gonna. It's my only one. Everything else is broken. So this is the only one that flies. So we gotta be nice to it. I can fit through this hole. I can fit through that. I fit through this other one down here too. I'd hit both of those. That's really close to the water. Man, these sunsets were just dope that day. So then I'm like, all right, let's put a 3S on this. Looking around, anybody coming around? Because there's a lady in her car down here, and I'm like, is this cool, whatever? And she's like, oh, okay, whatever. There's some other people that are further down, but I'm like, fuck you people. Looked like they were making out or whatever. Damn, sun's gone. Everything's so wet. So it's like, don't fuck up, don't crash in the grass. 'Cause you're getting your shit wet. Sun's too low. Damn, she just climbed back in. Oh, that's dope. Yeah. I'm like, okay, all this water, that's cool. We can get a reflection off of that. That'll be fun. Oh, there's a damn scraggle tree. It's probably, you can't see those branches. I can see branches with leaves on them, but when it's just a stick, I can't see a stick. There's a gap right there. Oh man, I need to go hit that tree. Just like that right there. Man, freestyle right here by the river. Oh, that'd be dope. Until you fuck up and hit a branch and land in the river. That would suck. Definitely need to go do some freestyle around this place. These trees are gonna be dope. I've been trying to remind myself when I'm flying. It's hard to remember things when you're flying. It's focused flying, right? But I've been trying to remind myself that when I'm flying, I need to fly through places that are unbelievably small. Because this quad I'm flying is crazy small. It's ridiculously small. And so that's one of the ways that I want to differentiate myself from, you know, any other person that's out there doing HD flight videos, is that I'm flying with this tiny little thing. This is what I prefer to fly with, just because it's portable. But that also means that I can fly through some really small gaps. So I need to start, like, going for it. I think it flew... Yeah, this one was pretty short. I was like, and no. See, I saw all these branches. You can't really see them. All these branches down here, and I'm like, ooh, it'd be kind of fun to go and like underneath those, whatever. But it was, by now, it doesn't really look like it. It's crazy. It's actually pretty dark. Like when I put the goggles on and I was flying around, I was like, wow, no, holy shit, this is not going to work. I can actually barely see. And then when I took my goggles off, I realized, I kind of looked around, I was like, yeah, okay, it actually is pretty damn dark. So then I gave up. Kinda. I saw this tree, and I'm like, oh, cool. This tree is very big, and there's not a whole lot of branches on it. I might be able to, like, do some fun stuff around this. Except for the fact that it's right there on the edge of this water, and the wind is coming from the direction of the water, so it's blowing inland. And so there's this look how far it blew me away. That was me. All I did was turn around in my quad, and it just keeps blowing me away. And so it was like, after I did that, and I managed to get around that tree that first time, I'm like, okay, it's stupid windy out. This is not gonna work. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go fight the wind now. See how bumpy it is? Holy shit, man. I have my eye cranked up in this mode. This is like Cinewhoop mode. And so I have my eye, which is the part that controls how tight the quad is listening to what's going on in real life, in real time. So it's like when you have wind and stuff, you turn the eye up and it kind of it cranks it down. So I have it really cranked up because this thing is a tiny quad. It's a whoop, so it's really susceptible to wind. And even here, it's just super wobbly. It's crazy wind. Like 20, 30 mile an hour winds are coming off of this thing. It was super gusty when I was standing there. So that's why I kept flying, because I'm like, oh great, it's stupid windy. Perfect time for me to like acclimate to flying with a huge wind blowing me in one way. I can get some practice. So this is me kind of fucking around. Bam! So that was one day. And so then the very next day when I went outside, the same type of thing happened. I looked outside and it was super a super sunset was going on. It was stupid humid again. Same type of thing. So I drove around for I drove to the other side of town because I'm like, all right, it was still really high in the sky, and I'm like, I got plenty of time. I'm gonna go to the other side of town where I never get to, and see if I can get some. Because then it's gonna be me, the town, and the sunset. So I should be able to get some awesome shots. And I kind of drove around for like an hour. It seemed like, and I never really found anything. And so I just went to a local nature center that I come to after this flight. I decided this is definitely not a place to go for a sunset. It sits low in a valley, and as you can see, there's all these trees and everything that are up in the fucking way. And it's going to be the same thing for a sunrise, which is going to happen over here. this place is sitting down, and I guess it won't be that bad for a sunrise. Might work for a sunrise. But for a sunset, man, it's just, you got nothing but huge trees on top of hills. And it's like that part of town is one of the older parts of town. So it's got, 200, 300-year-old trees. So they're massive. So it was after this, because I was flying around and I'm like, yeah, this kind of sucks. After I did that first initial thing, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just do some general flying around. This will be some B-roll, right? This sunset drone flying, everybody, it's always nice. But yeah, after this I was like, man, I need to like start writing down, this is a good place to go for a sunset flight. Because when it comes time to fly, and it's like I look out the window and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go. And I'm just like, what's the first place I can get to and get in the air? How can I get in the air as fast as possible? And so if I have like a list, yeah. Make an app for that. Place lends itself well for drone stuff. It's got really good lighting at night. I'm like, let's land on the car, so I don't have to carry the quad while I walk back to my car. I can just land the quad over there, and then I'll just walk to my car, because I'm a lazy shit. And this will give me some kind of... Not really. Oh, I didn't sit there long enough. I'm like, maybe I get a time lapse out of that? So... After this, I decided a few days later, I had the opportunity to go to one of my local parks. We have a flower garden there, and fly around. It was pretty dope, and I have an intro here. Earlier this week, I had a chance to go fly in the community garden at one of our local parks. They have a dozen or so outdoor beds, each with rows of particular species, all individually marked, where they grow dozens of different species of flowers for the city, who places them around in public spaces to help make the city of Cedar Rapids beautiful. There's art installations around and inside the gardens, along with ample places to sit and enjoy the view. On this particular day, there was construction going on, so while the view was nice, kind of noisy. Perfect time to fly. So, here we go. This looked really good in my goggles. It looks even better in HD. It's going to look even better when I slow it down, because I recorded at 60 frames a second. I'll play it back at 30 and cut it up, and it'll give it'll give it this silky smooth butter look to the video. And it'll slow it down so people will have time to enjoy the flowers and everything as they're flying over. It's a little fast for non-FPV people. Yep. Can your drone do that? They're doing all this construction over here, so it's just like there's nobody at this part of the park. Perfect. It's so beautiful, so pretty. It was pretty windy on this day too, I remember. Damn. I didn't even go off into that far corner over there. But there's some cool stuff over there. Man. I have to come here when it's not so windy. I was in my head at that point. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some cinematic stuff. So I'm up in the sky getting a nice aerial shot. I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna like zoom through something, right? And it's so windy. Not really a day to fly, but it's a day to fly. Every day is a day to fly. I'm looking for a way to go through that. That's what's happening right now. I'm like, okay, 2 counter-rotating things. Can I time that? Can I time it just right? When I was doing this, I had no idea that there was that ant underneath there. No idea. If I'd have known that, I'd have gone down underneath the ant. Oh my god. It's been really kind of rainy and windy and just the past couple of days. I'm waiting for it to get nice. I'm gonna go back out here again and see if I can't plan some shots out. Oh yeah, and this was a battery fail. I was flying around enjoying myself so much. I wasn't paying attention to the battery gauge on my heads-up display, and finally the warning started flashing. Land now, because it was like, no, you've approached critical voltage on your battery. You need to stop flying. And I'm like, oh, can I get back to me? I'm trying to figure out where I am now. Oh, that's cool. I had no idea it was there until I put my goggles back on and did the little thing on my transmitter to turn on a beeper. So then I went, again, it is still stupid windy, you can see the trees moving, all this. It's definitely not a time to be, you see the grass, oh my god. And I'm like, this looks like a fun little spot. Let's go cruise and see if I can get some some freestyle on a 2S. Now, normally I won't do freestyle on a 2S because there's not enough power, which you'll see here. There's a part where I get like an I-turn wind-up runaway thing. But I'm like, I can cruise and do some like some flips, you know. Be adjusting rates. So I'm like, I can cruise on a 2S, perfect, and I should be able to throw in some little snap things like that. It'll be all right. When it's stupid windy. See, look, I couldn't help it with these trees. I mean, they're like, it looks like they're chopping them down. So, come on, I'm gonna have to go hit it before it's gone, right? Yeah, see, that works. Then I went up here and I'm like, all right, let's see if I can do something like this. Nope. Nope. Drops out of the sky too fast. Okay. I can do simple little things like that, but whenever I try and do like anything that's gonna require like some staying power or some like grip afterwards to stop the fall with some momentum behind it, can't really do that with a 2S. Oh, run, little squirrel! I didn't even see you. Yeah, see, here we go. This is more what this little guy is all about. All up close and personal through tiny little gaps like that, where it's just like, no way he just made it through that little thing. I think this is where I have the issue. Yeah, because I'm like, cool, dive, and I'm like, hit the power, and then, wow, holy crap, that happened so fast. I remember it happening so much slower than that. So I went up really high and went for this little dive thing, right? And when I gave it the power to like catch, so I'm like, cool, and then I power, full power, and then when it's doing that little spin thing, it was like the yaw ran away and it just started spinning out of control. So this is like a death spiral. So I'm like, shit, and I throw it into auto level mode. That's that right there. Woo! Barely caught it. That is something that I've been working on in the simulator, where it's like, gotta hit that switch really quick to save it, because this is like maybe the third or fourth time that's happened to me, where it's like I'm up really high or something like that will happen. Like when my VTX died, it's like shit. It's like I need failsafe, you know, but I don't want it to failsafe because then it's just gonna fall out of the sky. I need to like do it safely. What's left? Oh yeah. So then, so on this is that same day, and it was still pretty windy. So I'm like, where can I go that's relatively protected from the wind? And there's a cemetery that I actually have some family members buried in. That it's surrounded by big trees, and there's this awesome little. Looks like it's a bell. Yeah, it is a bell. There's this awesome little mausoleum thing here, and as you can see, there's cool looking little sunset type thing going on here. And so I'm like, I'm gonna go and get me some cinematic stuff in this mausoleum. Yeah, all the sunset stuff breaks out the cinematic part in me, where I'm like, cool, let's get some really good looking video for people watching, just be like, oh, that's pretty fun, that's pretty cool looking, yeah. B-roll. I got B-roll for days now. So throughout this whole flight, I'm like, okay, how can I tease this sun and this mausoleum? How can I marry these two together and create a really cool looking shot? It's like, all right, I can go through here, get the sun through the thing. Yeah, see I'm going with that? See where I'm going with that? I was like, I want to see the sun through that window when I fly by. Do you see how windy it is? It's crazy. Oh Lord, what are you doing? Don't do that. No, 2S. Oh, look. A little angel. So windy. Because I'm like, I want a good shot of this damn angel. This damn wind keeps blowing me away. It'd be dope if there was a bird in that nest, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, there's your bird. So windy. So yeah, more of that. Through the window. I thought about seeing if I could like fly in there. Can I fit underneath this little thing? I think I could have. It looks like I could have. Getting out might have been a problem. I'm not interested in losing this quad inside a mausoleum. Make for a good story. Content. So yeah, flying around here. And then what was the last thing I did? Oh yeah, some light geese harassment. So several weeks ago, maybe months ago now, I was flying around a pond, and there were some geese that were there, and they didn't seem bothered by my quad at all. I was flying relatively over them, really close to them in some instances, and they never seemed bothered by what I was doing. And so I'm like, could I get away with getting really close to a goose? So this is where I tried it. These guys were skittish. You can see them, they're like, nah, nah, get away, get away. Oh. I just want to get close, man. How close will you let me get to you? I want a close up. Like, that's how close I can get to him. A couple meters. 10 feet. You see that one dude? He was running away. A little close to that guy. See, this dude over here was like, no, that's cool, whatever. Just, they're keeping. You can herd geese this way. Like, at an airport. You got bird problem? FPV. Go out there and fly around them. Yup. Well, y'all, that is all I've got for you. That's everything. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. See you next Monday, 6 o'clock, if I have content. If not, check Twitter and all that stuff. Happy flying. Hey everyone, it's Cheese here again. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for watching this far. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to try and do these every Monday live whenever I have content. So when I go out and I fly during the week, I'm not going to review any of the HD footage. I'm just going to dump it on my hard drive and then I'm going to wait till Mondays and I'll watch it with you. So, Monday, 6 p.m. Central. See you there.